When I tell you guys I don't want to build your one-off Strat Tele Les Paul, there are specific reasons for that, and this is that specific reason. Glenn had a 53 gold top that was trashed and needs a restore, and I'm the guy to do that. Based on that last Les Paul video I posted, this is exactly what I was looking for. So for a little bit of money, I will put a lot of TLC into this thing. I haven't seen it other than the pictures he sent me. But let's take a look and see what this looks like. Nothing like getting an old guitar and restoring it. And this is a piece of history. Oh, so we'll save all of this stuff. A little bit overpacked for what it is, but that's all right. All right, it's looking old already. He bought this from Elderly Instruments, I think he said in the 80s. And then he had a mishap, and it's been sitting for a long time. And it's actually in decent shape. He had it stripped, and he started to do the work and then realized he couldn't, so that's why it sat. I've got pretty much everything here. Wow, those are funky knobs, man. Look how thick those are. Wild speed knobs. We don't have all of them. Some hardware. Not enough. We could probably use the stop tailpiece. Maybe some of the pots, we'll see. So this is a 53 that's been fully stripped already. And the headstock broke off. And we're gonna repair it. So this is the intro to that. Wow, this thing is really, really beat up. A lot more filler than I thought. Just scrape that away. And we'll definitely have to use that machine I've got to put in some mahogany strips. The body is a little bit beat up, so it looks like it was cracked here and then not glued on great, because this is sitting up, and on the top seems okay. It's just the back side. So it looks like some Bondo has already been applied. There is no serial number anymore, obviously. Gibson still on headstock. Curious if the pickups still work. We'll have to try. The screws look stripped. Let's see. Oh, just enough to get them out. But who doesn't want to play with some vintage P90s? Oh my god. Yeah, these are stripped and then stripped in the wood. It's a long neck tenon. I can see that already. Sweet. Let's see if I can get these out. All right. Look at this thing. It's been all sanded, which is huge for me, which is one less thing to do. It's pretty raw, which is great. And I don't know if I have to pop the neck. Fretboard's pretty straight actually. So I may not have to pop the neck, which if you watch that other one, that became painful. Oh, look at that. The gold from the original paint. Long neck tenon. These pickups might be dead. This one broke off. Gonna be really careful. Let's mark these before we screw them up. Put them in the wrong way. So this is the neck. Now I can see that there. Didn't see it in the beginning. That's the bridge, which is marked there and there. But just so I have my own marks. Wow, look at that tenon, man. All the way in. Let's pull off. Let's see if he wants the nibs or the non-nibs. Make a little bit of difference. Look at that old switch, no markings even on it. Man, this is so cool. That looks like it still works. Other than sort of re-sanding this out and cleaning up the back, this should be okay. We've got a little bit of cracking here that looks like a moisture. I don't know. We'll have to put some filler in here, sand it off to get it flat. It's got a low dome. To do the binding correctly, I may not actually pop the neck because the neck is actually pretty straight. Oh, it's got a nice chunky feel. Smells old. This is cool. Yeah, so we're gonna have to clean up this mess for sure. We'll have to reroute some of this as well. I don't know if he stepped on it or if it fell, but it looks like there's a big zing here, so maybe it was a step and a crack. Stepped on? I don't know. But yeah, I can even get the binding right up to here. That's pretty clean. Depending if I reroute it. I don't know. The binding looks thinner than what I am guessing. But with this, I'll have to sand that. God, look at those inlays. They're crazy old, way thin. Well, not too thin. That's about a 1/16. So once I glue this in, pop the frets, I can glue that in, fill it in. Smells like smoke. But that's not too bad. This will be a fun project. Obviously this will be a couple months in the making, but wanted to do a kickoff and an intro for you guys. I'm assuming the truss rod looks like it still works. We'll have to test that as well. And then the neck. Just hoping the neck isn't broken up here. But man, the wood is dark. Way dark for mahogany. So that headstock is just a tad thinner. That head plate is really thin. It's cracking a little bit. We'll have to figure out how to do this right. Most likely what I'll do is I'll pop the frets. I will actually glue most of the fret markers down. I'll figure out what binding to use. I'm gonna have to use a little bit of filler here and there. I'll I'll have to figure out how to round this off a little bit better. To sand off the crack. Sand this flat, and then I'll have to reroute this flat just based on the way this was glued. I don't know what this is, like an old Bondo, and then I'll have to reroute this. Get a plate that matches. The neck joint looks really solid. And then I've got the end dots already drilled. Some of them are still stuck in there. To re-drill those out. The fretboard definitely sands down more towards the neck heel than the nut. I could tell that for sure. But this will be a fun project. This is always the stuff I want to do. So if you've got an old guitar like this, this is a classic. You just don't see this stuff anymore, nor would I get a chance to work on it. One piece mahogany body that's been glued, and then the one piece neck. They have the wings on it. Yep, they got 2 sets of wings. So just a quick project intro, guys. This will be a long project in the works, but just wanted to show you what I'm up to. Love these kind of projects. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.